Pressure is a privilege.
And South Africa make history. The ultimate test, the ultimate result for the Proteas.
And champions adjust. Pressure builds character. And discipline writes it.
South Africa arrive as test champions.
Playing Pakistan in Pakistan should be fun.
Pakistan's a great challenge. I think they've got very good spinners, especially in these conditions.
Pakistan answer on home soil.
होम कंडीशन का एडवांटेज आपको मिलता ही मिलता है।
जिस तरह हमें चैलेंजेस आते हैं जब हम साउथ अफ्रीका जाते हैं तो उनके लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होगा।
Hours in the nets, drills under the sun, and turning effort into belief. A new cycle begins for these two proud sides. The race for the base restarts today.
Hello and welcome from Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. We're here for the Vigotel presents Bank Al Falah Test Series, and it's day one between Pakistan and South Africa. All right, great to be here back in Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. We're here after 3 years for Test cricket. We had Australia in 2022, and we are back with this format here. So plenty to look forward to in this series because Pakistan is up against the defending champion South Africa. With me, I've got two gentlemen who know a thing or two about fast bowling. I've got with me Waqar Yunus and Sean Pollock all the way, who's just literally landed and reached here on pitch side. So Sean, great to have you here. I'm sure you're looking forward to it.
I am. I mean, South Africa World Test Championships champions now, and they're excited about what they achieved there. But now you have to find a new way. You have to start again. You have to go and get your points on the board. And this is going to be a massive challenge for them here in Pakistan.
Absolutely. A different challenge for South Africa and a different challenge for Pakistan as well, because South Africa is such a great team. How do you see this contest overall, Waqar?
I think it'll be a really good contest because both teams are well equipped, and especially Pakistan playing in their home condition, and the pitches are really suited them. We saw England playing here last time, and they struggle against spin. So I think Pakistan going in a similar way, similar thinking that the spin is going to dominate, and hope that the two experienced spinners will do the job for them.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see how Pakistan can find which kind of surface works for them. This is what we've got with you. This test series starts here in Lahore, then we move to Pindi, and then we've got the T20 series with one game in Pindi and two in Lahore, and finally we've got the ODI series in Faisalabad, where we haven't had cricket in a while. Right, this is looking at the ICC World Test Championship, where Pakistan is playing South Africa at home. Then they've got 3 away series: Bangladesh, West Indies, England, and Sri Lanka and New Zealand at home. Quick look at what South Africa has got. Obviously, there's Pakistan and India in the away series, along with Sri Lanka. Lots of games in the subcontinent, and then Australia, Bangladesh, and England at home. This is how things are looking at this point of time, where we've got Australia at the top, and then Pakistan is at number 8 in the rankings. So this is something they'll be perhaps looking to improve as well. Like we said, you know, they have been trying to find out what kind of surface really sort of suits them. And we saw in that series against England last year that it was spin to win. All right, we are ready with the all-important toss now. So let's head over where we've got Ramiz Raja out there with the 2 captains and Bazid Khan with the pitch report.
Welcome to the toss presentation. We've got the 2 captains here. Ranjan Madugale is going to oversee the toss. Shan Masood, you have the coin. Ed Markram to call. Here we go.
Tails.
Tails is the call. Tails is the call.
Heads it is.
Heads it is.
Thank you.
Shan, what have you decided to do?
No, we're going to have a bat first.
Any particular reason? This looks a bit abrasive, right?
It does look abrasive, but again, this is our first test match in Lahore. new stadium. It's been renovated. We don't know how it's going to play, so we're trying to tick every box in the 11 and trying to have a bat first and see that the track deteriorates over time.
Right. Your composition, it makes you sort of play two fast bowlers, right?
Yeah.
You've got spin department as well. Any particular reason why you're going and opting for two paces on this surface?
Again, just to cover all bases, because we don't know how Lahore's going to behave. But again, we have two spinners that bowl long spells and that haven't really let a third spinner come in. We've got Agha who can roll his arm over. So if there is some reverse swing on offer, if the cracks do open up, we want to make sure that we're heavy in the seam department as well.
There's a little bit of, obviously, pressure. You want to be competitive against the best test side in the world, right?
Look, I think for us, it's a big opportunity, playing against the previous World Test champions. And it's a great measuring stick for us as a squad to start off this new campaign. Hopefully, we can be on the right side.
Have a good one.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you.
Aiden will... First, you're missing your two key players from spin point of view. I mean, this is going to turn, obviously, your regular captain, who is an excellent player of spin, and then Maharaj is not here as well. Does that make you a little bit nervous, or are you fine with that?
Yeah, not nervous, Ramiz. It's opportunity for us to prove our depth that I believe we have in the country. But having said that, you saw your army, you're missing two quality players, and obviously you'll miss them from a leadership and a performance point of view. But again, it's a great opportunity for the other boys to put their hand up.
You start your campaign by playing a lot of Test cricket now in subcontinent, and from high bounce to low bounce, you know, from sideways variation, from pace to a lot of spin. How well prepared are you?
Yeah, the boys look in a really good space. We've been training hard. We had a nice camp before we came here where we tried to simulate conditions as well. So it's about believing in those plans, believing in those skills, and ultimately it's going to be the bowler versus the batter on the day. So take confidence from our prep and be nice and smart when we're out there in the middle.
All right, okay, have a good one.
Cheers, Ramesh, thank you.
Right, we know the news now. Pakistan won the toss and decided to bat first on this abrasive-looking pitch. It doesn't have a lot of grass, but have a few cracks. I've got Bazid Khan here to discuss the pitch. Over to you, Bazid.
Yeah, we're back at Lahore, but look at the pitch. It is still very, very dry. You can first day, this is the day one. Before session one, you've got cracks in there. So there is a little bit of situation where the spinners can get to work. Just one thing that I also want to point out, just in this box where the bowlers will land, the grass is much greener here as if you compare it to the actual pitch. It is absolutely brown. So as the pitch develops, as the days develop, I think the spinners will come into the play. Yes, fast bowlers, maybe a little bit of reverse swing, but I think mostly the spinners should be able to get something out of the surface and make it difficult for the batters.
I mean, Pakistan want a little bit of reverse. They want the ball to spin also, and advantage is with them. After winning the toss, they're batting first on this surface. What do they need to do here to tackle South Africa? I mean, what kind of approach are we talking about?
I think just bat normally. First innings, I think, is probably the best time to bat and be positive and try and bat as normally as you can. Try and make sure that you get to a big total first innings, because as the match does progress, I think it'll become more difficult to bat on. So first innings, you won the toss, you're batting first, make sure that you make that count.
Right, in the first 5 minutes or so of this Test match, Pakistan with a good advantage, winning the toss and electing to bat first on what appears to be an abrasive surface.
All right, huge advantage with Pakistan as they are batting first. Waqar, looking at this side, they've gone in with Hassan Ali and Shaheen as their pacers and Noman and Sajjad as the spin options.
Yeah, Shan Masood, skipper, said that at the toss that you're trying to cover all bases with two pacers, two spinners. Then Imam coming back, he's in good nick. Shan comes at number 3, Babar at 4, South Shakil of course, and Rizwan at number 6. So I think they're a very balanced side. It's not about how they get the wickets. I think it's about getting runs on this surface, because this pitch is going to really spin.
Absolutely, it is about getting runs on the surface and and getting early breakthroughs. Two changes, obviously, two key players of South Africa not here. Polly, what do you make of the side overall?
Yeah, it's interesting. De Zorzi at the top. Obviously, Rickleton, I think Markham slides down to number 4. I think that's because of his experience of playing spin bowling. They want him in the middle. Mulder had a very good tour of Zimbabwe, so he'll be looking for more runs. And you got the sensational two of Stubbs and Brevis. Very young, raw, very attacking, and they'll be looking to be a nice and aggressive. Verena in the keeper. Mutasamy, he's the one who has to step up in place of Kesha Maharaj, which is a big blow because he's such a fantastic, experienced left-arm spinner. So Brian, he gets his opportunity again. Both of those guys played against Zimbabwe. And then Rabada and Harmer. So 3 spinners for South Africa. You would think that Mulder and Rabada would use the new ball, and then hopefully they'll be able to get the ball to reverse as well. But it's interesting, not often that the South African team goes in with 3 spinners.
Absolutely, but that is what the conditions demand here as well. We take a short break. In case you guys have just tuned in, then Pakistan has won the toss and they have decided to bat first. Short break and we'll catch you back shortly.
इनके जितने भी प्लेयर हैं वो सारे कॉन्फिडेंट हैं और खेलते आ रहे हैं, तो इंशाल्लाह आपको अच्छा मैच नज़र आएगा देखने का। प्रेशर हर सिचुएशन में होता है, किसी भी टाइम पे आप किसी को इजी नहीं ले सकते। कोशिश हमारी यही होती है कि जो हमारा बेस्ट पॉसिबल शॉट हो हम उसमें अच्छा परफॉर्म करें। बिल्कुल होम कंडीशन का एडवांटेज आपको मिलता ही मिलता है, लेकिन वो जो हमारा पिछले 2 वीक से प्रिपरेशन का कैंप लगा है, उससे पहले हमारे नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिस चल रही थी, तो वो मेरे ख्याल से काफ़ी वाइटल है हमारे लिए। ऑन द डे मेरे ख्याल से जितना अपने आप को अपनी नर्व्स को कंट्रोल रखेंगे, टेस्ट मैच में से आपको पेशेंस जो है वो आपको उसमें दिखानी पड़ती है, तो मेरे ख्याल से एज अ टीम हम रेडी हैं। ऑफकोर्स फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग होता है, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से एज अ बैट्समैन एज अ प्लेयर आपको उसका वे आउट निकालना पड़ता है। यही तो हमें जो है वो प्रैक्टिस में चीज़ें जो है वो अंडरस्टैंड करनी पड़ती है, किस तरह की कंडीशंस हैं, उसमें क्या आपको चैलेंजेस आ सकते हैं। ओपोनेंट के बॉलर्स आप देखते हैं तो वो वहाँ उसको माइंड में रख के फिर आप प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, और फिर उसको माइंड में रख के आपने रन्स कैसे करने हैं। अगर आपको रन्स नहीं मिल रहे, आपको स्क्वीज़ किया जा रहा है, तो फिर आपके पास ऑप्शन बी क्या है, उसमें आपको किस तरह आपको रन करने हैं। टीम प्रेशर में या वो का आपको प्रेशर में डालना है, तो आपको उस चीज़ से निकलना मेरे ख्याल से वो एज अ प्लेयर आपको थोड़ा सा प्रोएक्टिव रहना पड़ता है। किसी भी टाइम पे आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि हर चीज़ आपको आ गई है। हर टाइम आप कोशिश करते हैं सीखने की, कोशिश में रहते हैं। ऑन द डे कभी आप अच्छा करते हैं, कभी आप बुरा करते हैं, तो कभी आप वीडियोस देख के आपको कुछ चीज़ मिल जाती है सीखने को, कभी आप किसी को देखते हैं बैटिंग करते हुए, आपको कोई ना कोई चीज़ ऐसी मिल जाती है कि जो आपको फ़ायदेमंद होती है। तो बहुत सी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो हम एक दूसरे को जो है देख के हम ऑब्ज़र्व करते हैं कि यार ये कैसे खेल रहा है, इस कंडीशन में अगर ये डोमिनेट कर रहा है तो क्यों कर रहा है। तो फिर उससे बात की जाती है, उससे पूछा जाता है कि भाई क्या सोच है, क्या प्रैक्टिस आप करते हो, किस माइंडसेट के साथ आप जा रहे हो। तो काफ़ी चीज़ें हर टाइम मेरे ख्याल से आपको ना ऑन रहना पड़ता है, कुछ ना कुछ लेने के लिए। जो भी आपको इधर से जो है वो कोई भी आपको छोटी से छोटी चीज़ आपको हेल्प कर सकती है। किसी भी अगर आप किसी भी छोटे प्लेयर या कोई भी जूनियर सीनियर जितना भी हो, किसी भी प्लेयर से आप कुछ भी ले सकते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं आपको हेल्प करती है।
Babar Azam there, just talking about his preparation with regards to this series. Bakar, really important for him to get some runs, just in terms of confidence. I mean, what do you want to see from him?
Look, of course, first of all, I want him to get runs, and to get runs on these pitches is going to be hard work. And you know, he spoke about the preparation he has done on these pitches, and I was out there also and talking to the ground staff that these guys been getting these sort of pitches, you know, around the corners of the square. So they are well prepared. He's a class act. I mean, you cannot really keep him away from runs. He's an inning away from being back at his best. Yeah, every cricketer, every batter in the world, or even a bowler also, they all go through, tough times, bad patches, and his class is, there. He's such a good player that, he gets one good innings and off he goes. He'll just be, at his best at what he's been doing for a long, long time now.
Absolutely. That's what we need from him. Lots of runs. Polly, just in terms of South Africa then, very different conditions. I know a lot has been spoken about that, but different conditions altogether. Just in terms of adjustment, what do you want to see from the South African side in these conditions?
Yeah, I think each batter has to come up with their own game plan. I think massive losses, Temba Bavuma, from a batting perspective. Obviously, as a captain as well, they're going to have to try and adjust and work in and around that. I think from a bowling perspective, we're relatively inexperienced, to be brutally honest. If you look at our spinners, I think if you add the 3 spinners together, they've probably only played 15 test matches together. So Maharaj is a huge loss. There's no doubt that Rabada is a gun bowler and he's a guy who's going to have an impact, but he'll have to have a very short impact with that new ball and then hope it reverses. Otherwise, these kind of conditions can kind of negate him. So I think it's going to be very challenging for the South African bowlers. Bubba's maybe looking for runs, but if you look at the bowling lineup, you've got to say to yourself, gosh, this is an inexperienced South African side. If we just get through that initial new ball, we can really make them pay on the best batting conditions of the surface. I think it's going to get difficult to bat on, and that's where I'm really interested to see what South Africa come with from game plan perspective. How do they play the spin? How do they rotate strike? How do they deal with the turn? Can they make some big runs? Because that's the challenge. But they've noticed over the last 2 or 3 years, they have that ability to meet the challenge and find a way.
Looking at that top order of Pakistan as well, there's been some instability when you talk about getting runs from them. But you have Abdullah Shafiq, you have Imam ul Haq coming back into that lineup, and then you have Shan Masood. So you've got, you've got resources. But what do you make of the top 3? What do you expect from them?
Of course, getting big runs up front. This pitch is going to play really, really well in the first maybe a day or so, and then it's going to get difficult and difficult. And all these guys are very much capable. Abdullah Shafiq has got double in Test match cricket. Imam ul Haq very used to of playing in these conditions, averaging 37, 24 Test matches. Abdullah Shafiq, they're all in the 30s. The only person who's in the 50s is of course Saud Shakil, who plays down the order. So they have got players who can tackle spin, but this is the first time I'm seeing this surface at Lahore, which is so dry and so many cracks on the first morning. Normally it starts off with a good batting pitch and then turns into a little turner, but it's very difficult to say what we're going to get in the next 3-4 days.
Right. Well, from a South African perspective, KG's been in subliminal form just in terms of the kind of, the kind of bowling spells that we've seen from him. But again, we keep coming back to the conditions and how he'd have to make that adjustment. Just talk a little about that in terms of what you can expect. You've been bowling here in Pakistan. You know what it's like.
Yeah, I think mentally is the challenge. I mean, I know when Pakistan bowlers came to South Africa, maybe they weren't very good at bowling line and length and consistently hitting areas. When you come to Pakistan, you actually have to think like, I've got to have an impact with a new ball, or I've got to have an impact with a reverse swing ball. So that'll be the focus for them, is that they really need to identify each opportunity and what role needs to be played in a short period of time, and then try and implement that and do as best they can. Their spinners are experienced, they play a lot of domestic cricket, but can they step up to the Test arena?
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen, for your thoughts, because we're only moments away from the live action. We'll take a short break, and when we do come back from the break, Pakistan is batting first. They won the toss, so plenty of action lined up on the other side. Don't go anywhere.